Hi, I'm John, and let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that belly fat is always the last thing to disappear? You might eat less, you might exercise more, you might even spend hours in the gym, but that little pouch around your stomach just refuses to go away. Frustrating, right? Now imagine something simple. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, stepping outside before breakfast, going for a quiet walk, and slowly watching your belly fat start shrinking over time. Sounds almost too easy. But what if I told you that one small habit, walking on an empty stomach, can actually change the way your body burns fat? And here's the surprising part. For some people, this habit works incredibly well, but for others, it barely does anything. And the real reason behind that difference might surprise you. By the end of this video, you'll understand what actually happens inside your body when you walk before breakfast, why it can target stubborn belly fat, and the one mistake most people make that cancels the fat-burning effect completely. So let's start with something interesting. When you wake up in the morning, your body is already in a very unique state. You haven't eaten for about 8 to 10 hours, your insulin levels are low, your glycogen stores are partially used. In simple words, your body is already searching for energy. And this is exactly where morning fasted walking becomes powerful. You see, your body has two main fuel sources, sugar and fat. Normally, after you eat breakfast, your body prefers burning sugar for energy. It's quick, easy, and immediately available. So if you exercise after eating, your body mostly burns the glucose from your meal. But when you walk before eating, something different happens. Since there isn't much sugar available, your body starts looking for another fuel source. And guess what it turns to? Stored fat. But here's the interesting part. Not all fat in the body behaves the same. Some fat stores are stubborn, and belly fat is one of them. That's because belly fat is closely connected to insulin levels, stress hormones, and metabolism. And this is exactly where morning fasted walking begins to make a difference. When you walk on an empty stomach, your insulin levels stay low. And low insulin sends a signal to your body that says, it's time to burn stored fat instead of storing more. In simple terms, your body shifts from fat storing mode to fat burning mode. But here's something most people misunderstand. Walking slowly around the house for 5 minutes won't magically melt fat. The real magic happens when your body stays in that fat-burning state long enough. That's why many fitness experts recommend walking for about 30 to 45 minutes in a fasted state. This gives your body enough time to start tapping into fat stores more efficiently. But before you start waking up tomorrow and walking for an hour, there's a common mistake that ruins the entire process, and most people don't even realize they're doing it. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone wakes up in the morning, grabs a sugary coffee or a biscuit, and then goes for a walk. Technically, they think they're exercising, but metabolically, their body has already switched back to burning sugar instead of fat. That tiny snack just canceled the fat-burning advantage, which means the walk becomes just a normal walk, not a fat-burning one. And that's why many people say, I tried morning walks, but my belly fat didn't change. But the real problem wasn't the walking, it was the timing. Now, here's another benefit most people overlook. Morning walking doesn't just burn calories, it can also help regulate stress hormones. And stress is actually one of the biggest reasons belly fat accumulates. When cortisol stays high for long periods, the body tends to store fat around the abdomen. But gentle morning activity, fresh air, and sunlight help balance those hormones, which means you're attacking belly fat from two directions at the same time, burning fat and reducing the conditions that store it. But here's another important point. Many people think that if fasted walking burns fat, then harder workouts must burn even more. But that's not always true.
Extremely intense workouts while fasting can sometimes increase stress hormones too much, which may lead to fatigue or even muscle loss. The sweet spot is moderate activity. A brisk walk where you can still talk, but your breathing becomes slightly heavier. Not too easy, not exhausting, just steady movement. This keeps your body in the optimal fat-burning zone. Now, let's be realistic for a moment. Will morning fasted walking melt belly fat in 1 week? Unfortunately, no. Fat loss works more like a slow melting ice cube. Small changes repeated consistently over time. But that's where the real power of this habit lies. Imagine burning just a little extra fat every morning. It may feel tiny in 1 day, but over weeks and months it compounds. And that's when people start noticing their waistline shrinking, their clothes fitting better, and their stomach slowly flattening. There's also one small trick that can make fasted walking even more effective: hydration. Drinking a glass of water before your walk helps wake up your metabolism and prevents dehydration. Some people also drink black coffee before their walk. Caffeine can slightly increase fat burning and energy levels. But remember, no sugar, because sugar instantly shuts down the fat-burning state. So let's quickly recap. When you walk on an empty stomach, your body has very little sugar available. Because of that, it begins using stored fat for energy. Walking for about 30 to 45 minutes allows your body enough time to tap into those fat stores. Moderate intensity works better than extreme workouts. And the habit can also improve metabolism and regulate stress hormones. All of this together creates the perfect environment for gradually reducing belly fat. But remember this: morning walking is not a magic trick. It's a simple habit. And simple habits become powerful when they're done every single day. No expensive gym, no complicated workouts. Just your body, a pair of shoes, and a quiet morning walk. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for breakfast, try stepping outside for a walk instead. Your future waistline might thank you for it. And if you enjoy simple health tips like this, make sure to subscribe and join me for the next video. Thanks for watching.